What's your age?
19.
29. I like them young.
How does a 10-year age gap relationship work?
Perfect age gap for a relationship.
Why?
Well, see, when they're 19, you can train them. You can train them, you know. They're very young, so, you know, you can influence them and train them to be the perfect woman for you.
Do you feel like that's true?
Yes.
Do you feel like your boyfriend is misogynistic?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. I mean, I'm fine with our relationship. It has worked for us. Like, guys my age are not, like, mature enough.
And would guys your age be able to provide the same things that he provides for you right now?
Of course not.
Why go 19 as opposed to 29 or 35?
She's a young sweetheart, you know, what can I say?
Okay, so what's the latest you want to have kids?
5 years to now, like, yes.
Yeah, you know, biology gives women up to about the age of 27. So I say you got about 8 years in it, you know. So
I can understand everybody having their preferences, you know what I mean? Some people like to date younger, some people like to date older, some people like to date folks within their, you know, within the parameters of their age group. Like, for example, if he's 29, like I'm 34, I'm with a 31-year-old right now turning 32. But here's the thing right here. There's a lot of things that you can unpack from this video. Because one, I'm not gonna disparage homeboy's preference because everybody got them. But one thing I don't like is when they say, oh my gosh, it's a red flag, he's 10 years older than you, he's 29, you're 19. Now, even when I was 25 years old, you couldn't catch me talking to no 18, 19-year-old. You couldn't catch me even talking to one. But that's just me. Reason being is because I feel like there's no 19-year-old, no 18-year-old, no 21-year-old that could really relate to me. Hell, I say 20, between 18 and 20, and barely 21 at the time when I was 25, they could not even relate to me. They wasn't even on my mental at all. Now, this guy, when I look at his demeanor, and I could be wrong, his demeanor does kind of comes off like, you know, like misogynistic. It does kind of comes off like she's less than him. And that might not be the case, but it's clear as day. He made himself very clear. He said, because I can train her. Now, here's the thing that will kind of make a lot of women and chicks trigger when he said the word train. Now, train is the word that a lot of dudes use amongst themselves when they're in a room together or talking on the phone or having guy talk. Train is the thing that we use, but it's wild when you got to say it in front of their face. Like, to say it in their face, oh man, you already going downhill from there. Now, going into the whole train thing where they say train, what do you mean train? That's the wrong type of word to use, especially in person in front of your woman or in front of the girl. Now, realistically, women like alpha males. Women want a man to lead. The man is the head, the woman is the back, or whatever the case may be. Along with leadership comes the program. And along with that program, let's be honest, a man wants you to fall in line. He wants you to plain fall in line. And also on the other end, a woman wants you to fall in line with her program as well, which y'all happen to bring together. Now, do you want a man to lead or you don't want a man to lead? It's a yes or no question. It's a yes or no question. If you say, how about we both lead together? Look, fuck all that. Do you want a man to lead? Yes or no? And that says a lot about what type of man that you want in your life, what type of man that you would want around. That's what that is. So typically when you're with a leader, a man is going to have a program, and you can decide as a woman or not, a chick or not, whether you want to be a part of that program or not. You can stay or you can leave. You can stay or you can leave. You don't have to put up with it. Now, when you see somebody else going through it, that's what they do. You know what I mean? I just think that is wild. Yes, it does come off controlling. He seems like that he's the trip. He seems that, you know, he seems like she's not even really smart or intelligent. And you could tell she's kind of ditzy. She's ditzy. She doesn't really understand what's going on. And she's just in la la land. It's another thing when you're with somebody younger than you and they're just in plain la la land. You can be with somebody your age and they can be in la la land, for real. But you could tell that dude don't like the challenge. He does not like anybody to challenge his authority from what I observed, especially somebody of age, because somebody of age, they got a lot more experience. They don't probably, you know, they got a lot more experience and they just not putting up with that crap. Not to say that all of them would, because there are women that's older than him, older than me, older than a lot of guys that still would be in la la land. But at the same time, they come with something. They might come with more bodies. They might have more experience in life. They might be on their stuff. That they may not be in a very dependent type of state where they have to depend on you. This girl, bruh, this girl is probably in for one for real. I would hate for her to really piss him off because the way this whole demeanor look of him and hers, it just don't look like hip hop from the end good. So at the end of the day, I don't know. This is the wild little case right here. I've never been an advocate for somebody that much of an age gap to be with someone, but at the same time, that's what people do. You know, at the end of the day, she's grown, and it is what it is. And just because somebody's 19 years old, just because somebody is younger, does not mean anything. Because it does mean something, but it does not mean that they're not capable of upholding themselves in a situation or relationship. And mainly so, man, it's really the older women, the older people that actually got a problem with it, because they understand, because they done been through life enough to know that, hey man, I call BS. Flag on the play, blow the whistle, man. This don't even look right. But realistically, women like guys older than them. So where should she start? Start dating older when she turned 25? Because when you turn 30 and you with a 40-year-old, it's a lot different. It is a lot different. To me, I always thought it was weird for somebody to be close to 30 years old and you dating somebody fresh out of high school. I always thought that was a little weird to me, man. You know, this ain't the 1960s, 1970s, 1950s, not 1930s no more. Dating somebody fresh out of high school, bro. I understand you want them close to the Virgin Mary Jane. I get it. But it still makes you raise the people's eyebrow. If you smell what the hell they cooking.